Now to sing this song, I'm gonna need y'all to be quiet for me real quick. To the flag, everybody. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? I ain't no Aretha. Did the best.
First, I want to just say, wow. I am so impressed by Billy. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you all to the Black History Month Assembly. One of the ways that we celebrate our great contributions of Black people throughout history, both in the United States and globally. This is one of my favorite events at LCHS because it's student-driven and it elevates our student voices here. I want to thank the African American and Black Studies Club, along with their advisor, Liz Champa, for putting this together for us today. I also am pleased to welcome back a great leader and friend to Lynn, Secretary of Education, Patrick Tutwiler, our former Superintendent of Schools. He'll be our keynote speaker today. I also have many administrators from Central Administration and Greater Lynn community joining us today. First, I want to welcome Deb Ruggiero, our current Superintendent of Schools. Kim Powers, Deputy Superintendent. Molly Cohen, Deputy Superintendent. Glenda Colon, Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction. I want to welcome back Dr. Patty Klebansky, Curriculum Director of Performing Arts. Also returning to classical is Kristen Tobacco, Curriculum Director of Social Studies. Shannon Bansfield, a fellow RAM, Curriculum Director of Technology. Brian LaPierre, Counselor at Large. Sean Reed, an alumni, Senator Crichton's office. Sheila O'Neill, Lynn Teachers Union. And Jethro Alador with Mass Higher Career Coach Advisor, also an alumni. I want to thank you all for being here and get the students up on the stage, so I'm going to turn it over to Destiny. Thank you.
Good morning, Lynn Classical High School students, faculty, staff, and our community members and partners. It's a beautiful day to celebrate Black history at Lynn Classical and in the great city of Lynn. My name is Destiny Ebuta. I'm a senior here, and I lead the Lynn Classical African American and Black Studies Club. We are thrilled to have the space and time to bring together our community to celebrate Black history this morning and for always. We are equally thrilled to welcome our friend and former Lynn Public School Superintendent, Dr. Patrick Tautweiler, as our keynote speaker. Thank you, Dr. Tautweiler, for making the time in your schedule as the new Secretary of the Executive Office of Education for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to visit us here this morning and be an integral part of our special day. We hope everyone enjoys our assembly today. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Patrick Tautweiler.
Good morning. So nice to be home among friends, among colleagues, among family, including, we forgot to mention, Counselor Alan Sung, who is here as well. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here. I want to start by extending a special thank you to Mr. McQueen for my invitation here, to Principal Dunn for the invitation, and special shout out to all of the staff and all the other departments and students for making this month the special celebration that it should be. I'm glad to be here. Now, I realize, as you just heard, that I'm the Secretary of Education now, but I'm really a teacher at heart always. And because I'm a teacher, I want to start my comments this morning with just a few questions, okay? But I'm going to need a very brave volunteer who thinks that he, she, or they is good at history to come on up here right now. I see this young man right here. Come on up, right here. Okay, we're about to find out. Okay, we are about to find out. Come on up. How much time do I have? As much, a few minutes here and there. Come on over here. What's your name?
My name is Peyton Hansen.
What's your name?
Peyton Hansen.
Peyton Hansen. Okay, come on over. Right here. Love that shirt, by the way. Here we go. Today is February 15th. Is that correct?
Yes, it is my birthday today.
Today's your birthday! Oh, yeah! That is so exciting. I'm so happy. Happy birthday. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yesterday, you with me? Yesterday was February 14th. Here's a question. What was significant about yesterday?
What was significant about yesterday? Because yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Okay. Anything else significant about February 14th that you can think of that might be connected to Black History Month?
February 14th is the...
Think about it. That's okay.
Today, February 14th was also Frederick Douglass's birthday.
Okay. Stay right here, okay? Now here's the key question. Was that his real birthday?
No.
Stay here. We know that it was not Frederick Douglass's real birthday, as was the case for many black folk in the early 19th century and years prior. Birthdays and even birth years were unknown. We know that Frederick Douglass was born a slave. We know that the dominant culture demanded that slaves be treated as property. And to this end, slaves needed to believe that they were property. Having no birth record, no true knowledge of one's age, helped establish the mindset of not being a full person. If you didn't know that, now you do. I've seen several explanations as to why Frederick Douglass chose Valentine's Day as his birthday. One was his mother referred to him as her little Valentine, and then there's another story that she once baked him a heart-shaped cake. I'll have you know also that Frederick Douglass's birthday is part of the reason why we celebrate Black History Month in February. If you didn't know that, now you know. One last question. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. You're a good man. There's another important person in history whose birthday is in February and stands as the other big reason why this is the month that we lift up Black history. This is a tough one. Do you know who that is?
I'm gonna go with Martin Luther King Jr.
That is an excellent guess. Try again. Abraham Lincoln.
It's Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
I'm a big believer in rewarding bravery, so I'm gonna give this young man a little something for his birthday. You all set? Or, happy birthday. So my man is right. Abraham Lincoln's birthday is February 12th, and as you already know, he authored the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which signaled the end of slavery as we knew it at that time in this country. And if you didn't know that, now you do. A little more than 40 years ago, Black History Month came to officially be. Then President Gerald Ford, who was president when I was born, rationalized the official recognition, declaring, and please hear me right now, declaring, and I quote, the need to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Now, as a Black man, this month and its meaning carries special significance. I recall quite vividly when I was 11 or 12 years old being made to sit down and watch the first installation of the Eyes on the Prize series. Raise your hand right now if you've heard of that. Just my man, okay. The Eyes on the Prize series was then, and probably still is, one of the most powerful documentaries on the civil rights movement in America. Now, I've only been up here a few minutes. I haven't lied to you. I'm not going to start. When I was 11, I was not excited to sit down and watch a documentary on the civil rights movement. But I didn't have a choice. Those who know me, they know my mother. Mom's was no joke. We were watching that documentary whether we wanted to or not. But I remain incredibly indebted to my mother for forcing us to watch that documentary, because it really opened my eyes to the depth of the struggle, and perhaps more importantly, to the lengths that Black folk have gone for justice and equality. I just remember being moved by the images and video depicting incredible bravery, relentless efforts, and this element of coming together to achieve a common goal. Watching evoked two opposite feelings, one of deep resentment and anger based on some of the things that I was seeing, the way that Black folks were treated, but also pride in the way that we responded and in many ways overcame. At that time, I was familiar with the history of slavery, and I knew that there was race and racism. But I'd never really seen anything like what I saw in the Eyes on the Prize film, and it remains for me an important source of reflection about what Black what the Black History Month is all about. Now, you just heard it from me, Eyes on the Prize series. It's actually on YouTube now. You can go check that out. Please do. This summer, I was fortunate enough to visit the National Museum of African American History and Culture in our nation's capital. It was actually my second time visiting. The first time was actually with a team of Lynn educators, one of which was your current superintendent, Deborah Giro. This time, I was there with my oldest son, my 17-year-old son. This place is amazing. Even though this was my second trip, I still felt a sense of pride, unlike I've never felt before, as we moved throughout the museum. There's such incredible displays telling the story of African Americans in our country and before, because it's important to remember that our story does not begin in America. I distinctly remember going to a section where they displayed album covers from the late 80s and 90s hip-hop artists. Now, Biggie and Tupac are probably the only ones that you all are familiar with, but for me, that was really exciting and moving. As I looked at these exhibits, I was moved to the point almost of tears. For the music that I listened to when I was a teenager to be worthy of being depicted in this space, a national museum, as part of the story in this country, it just felt like such a triumph. I think this is what President Ford was referring to in declaring this month as an important one for recognizing the contributions decades ago or more, but also those closer to the present day. Yes, that much is true, and this summer as I walked through the museum with my son William, sometimes shaking our head in disbelief at what we were seeing, at other times nodding our head in shared pride, I realized that this experience was for him what watching the Eyes on the Prize series at my mother's request was for me many years ago. That tradition was passed on. As African Americans, as Black folk, we stand on an important legacy in history. The elements of courage, resilience, and ingenuity are a few of many things that are part of our legacy in this country's history. This month is about acknowledging that, but also the fact that the story continues and the writing utensils are in our hands. Thank you so much for having me here this morning. It's a pleasure to be back, and I look forward to the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tutwiler. Thank you. So now we have some spoken word from just a few of our students, and we'll continue with the program with Destiny reading. Sorry about the noise.
You're the best.
A little bit of who's on next, right? We can handle it here at Lynn Classical High School. We had an essential question that students have grappled with over the years. And I'm going to give it right to the students, as we always should. Devontae, what's that question?
What is Black history to me? Black history is American history. Black history is our power and our empowerment.
Black history is the story of our lives. Black history is the story of our ancestors' lives.
Black history is proud, patriotic, questioning, answering, learning, living, growing, and understanding.
Black history is our sharing our stories and lives with the next generations to come.
Black history is unique history. Black history is international history.
What Black history means to me is appreciating Black excellence, looking back on Black history and taking into account of how much African Americans have done for the Black community is how we appreciate the month and learn more. We're learning about not only what these historical figures have done for us, but what we can take from it now. It also means freedom, because when we dissect whitewashed history and replace it with what's true, only then we can look forward with hope for what has been fought for from the start.
Black History Month to me means celebration and acknowledgement. Celebration referring to my identity as a Black woman, my community, and the progress that the African diaspora has made. Acknowledgement regarding many contributions that African Americans have made to this country, and recognizing that America would not be America if it wasn't for them. The food, music, dances, dialects, clothing, culture that everyone takes part in when it's trendy, but denounces and discredits it when it's no longer cool. Not only have African Americans had an unimaginable impact on the U.S.'s ascent into what it is, but they're still making waves in American society to this day. That's what Black History Month means to me, recognition of not only the Black community as a whole, but African American influence specifically.
Black history is beautiful, alive, and enduring.
Hi. I'm going to be reading New Day's lyrics by Amanda Gorman. May this be the day we come together. Mourning, we come to mend. Withered, we come to weather. Torn, we come to tend. Battered, we come to better. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning. That though we weren't ready for this, we have been readied by it. We steadily vow that no matter how we're weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. The hope is our door, our portal, even if we never get back to normal. Someday, we can venture beyond it, to have known and take the first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we will try to agree. These fortunes we foresaw, now future we foresee. Where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed are now these memories we make. The moments we meet and our hearts once altogether being, now altogether beat. Come look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember not just the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heat the old spirit in a new day's lyric. In our heart, we hear it. For Alud Lang sing, my dear. For Alud Lang sing. Be bold, sang time this year. Be bold, sang time. For when you honor yesterday, tomorrow year will find. Know what we fought need not be forgotten nor for none. It defines us, binds us as one. Come over, join this day just begun. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome.
Eu falei assim pra ela. Vai com o bumbum tam tam, vem com o bumbum tam tam tam, vai mexe o bumbum tam tam, vem desce o bumbum tam tam tam, vai mexe o bumbum tam tam, vem desce o bumbum, vai com o bumbum. E aí, fiote?
I know the thing that you like, I know the way that you move. We making love the first night, boom boom bad bad boom.
Hey, big up my Juno, big up my 4-5, big up my Ruger. Hey, big up the bad bitch, cause they treat me like king of the moon dog. Yeah, I'm a savage, some of them 21, some of them cougars. Hey, automatic spasm, jumping in the crowd, just like Uzi. Yeah, Black Stallion, I'm gon' flex and fly out to Cuba. Yeah, if you got good pussy, let me hear you say hallelujah. Yeah.
É flauta envolvente que mexe com a mente. Quem tá presente, as novinhas salientes.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, and born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which out you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got. Yo, almost probably switch inside your DNA. Problem is, all that sucker did inside your DNA. The reason my power's here, salute the truth and the prophecy. I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA.
Do for budget, hit that whoa, V12 bust it, AP bust it, ain't no budget. Money talk, in the discussion. Real one bust it, do for budget, hit that whoa, V12 bust it, AP bust it, ain't no budget. Money talk, in the discussion. Up all night, I'm a bad, shawty fight, she a brat. Went to fifth, threw a fit, sit back, roll it back. I don't trip, let him cap, 06, bust a laugh, foreign engine like a gat. It go black. I don't never make a move that ain't cool for the brand.
Give me a bug in the Gucci store. Gucci lemonade, you ain't good enough. All you fellas say that you lost without me. All my shorties feel like I dodged it. On me, cuffing with you feel like jail. I can't even exhale, buddy. Cookie like holy grail, you know that. You gon' make me need bail, you know that. Caught dipping with your friend, you ain't even had man lying on you. You know that. Got me a bag for the brick, you know that. Control the soda, pays it right the bag. All this cash for real. I'ma make you feel fantasy and weird, but it's all I can give you. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way you groove. Darling, boy, you're right to me. I can do this thing. Ooh, I love the taste. Oh, la, 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 la. I love my tongue, I want it. Boy, you're right to me. I can do this thing. Ooh, I love the taste. Oh, la, 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 la. I love my tongue, I want it. And you got me like that. What you want from me? And try to buy your pretty heart, the price too high. Baby, you got me like that. You love when I fall apart. So you can put me together and throw me against the wall. Baby, you got me like don't you stop loving me. Don't quit loving me. Just stop loving me. And babe, if it's fine, we'll fight. Just to get close to you, we burn something. get a taste. Must be love on the brain. That's got me feeling this way. It beats me black and blue, but it feels so good and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to present the Lynn Classical Concert Choir. Before we get started, I have Alicia here. She is going to give you a historical and cultural context of the two songs that we'll be singing, and I hope that you enjoy.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Oh, good. All right. Let me just get this. Our first selection is entitled Lift Every Voice and Sing. This song is widely known and represented as a Black national anthem and is sung frequently as in churches and other institutions during Black History Month. It was composed in the year 1899 by the Johnson brothers. The lyricist, James Johnson, was a writer, lawyer, professor, and first African-American leader of the NAACP, while his brother James was a conservatory graduate who also wrote musical and operas. Sorry. Lift Every Voice and Sing was declared the Black national anthem 12 years prior to the Star Spangled Banner's recognition as the American national anthem, and was notably first performed with a choir of 500 schools children in Jacksonville, Florida. Our second selection is the popular song Jealous, written and performed by Nick Jonas. We will be doing the gospel version, a version that was created by the addition of the harmonic language usually used in gospel music. Professional gospel singers and the style, sensibilities of gospel music along with jazz, blues, and ragtime is considered an American root music whose traditions have later spawned other genres such as R&B, hip-hop, rock, rap, and many others. It is an honor to sing at this event, and we hope that you will enjoy our selections.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Good job. Ready? You guys ready? Right. I'm ready. All right. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I got my music up, when I'm bumping my chest, I'm getting ready to face you. Ain't mommy obsessed. It's not your fault that they hover. We know disrespect. It's when I'm right, I can't help it. I still get jealous.
One more. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming out to our Black History celebration. It is an absolute honor and absolutely humbling to be a part of this. Thank you again for everybody that worked hard to put this together, everybody that participated or performed in this or spoke at this. Thank you very much, and have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Since 1986, Lynn Educational Television has enabled students to work in the television industry and learn how to produce media. LETV creates working opportunities for Lynn students, giving them the benefit of gaining real-life work experience in production. Lynn Educational Television brings value to Lynn students, delivering standards-based curriculum in the classroom from middle school to high school. LETV creates future generations of media professionals.